Just like gone on YouTube to give your brain some new food.
Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I'd say you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the coronavirus and why there is no evacuation for the Jamaicans that's in China. According to a post that I came across on Instagram, the message which the Jamaican government is sending to Jamaicans who are in Wuhan, China, the epicenter of the coronavirus, is simply saying that they have to live with it. In other words, there will be no evacuation for the Jamaicans in Wuhan, China. Am I surprised with the decision that the Jamaican government has made in regards to its residents in Wuhan, China? No, but then again, yes. I can't recall any time in history where Jamaicans overseas were facing crisis and the Jamaican government bailed them out. If any of my viewers or subscribers know of a time, please say so. The other reason why I'm kind of surprised that the Jamaican government did not jump on this opportunity to bail out its citizens from China, it's really wise politics I was thinking about. I think the Jamaican Labour Party's head, Andrew Holness, is a very smart individual, and I thought that he would use this opportunity to strengthen its political gain in the future. In other words, when a crisis like this hits, if Andrew Holness had sent some form of safety net for its citizens in Wuhan, China, which I assume is not a lot of people, this would look good on the Jamaican Labour Party, and the Jamaican people, I believe, would be more favorable to the Jamaican Labour Party in the next general election, whenever time that is. But according to the extensive reason as to why the Jamaican government has decided that they will not be sending any rescue for Jamaicans who are in China, an article in the Gleaner says, the government today said that based on the advice of public health experts, it has accepted recommendations not to proceed at this time with repatriation of Jamaicans from Wuhan, China in the wake of the coronavirus outbreak. I've been waiting on the outcome of the rescue or non-rescue of Jamaicans in Wuhan, China. So after reading this, I did a little more in-depth research and came across several different articles that actually touched the subject. And one thing that I did note in my research is that the so-called professional technical health advice that Jamaica has taken this recommendation from has been unnamed. So we don't know if this is a professional overseas somewhere, and we don't know if this is a local professional in Jamaica, and we don't know if this is just a made-up political term which is being used just to throw Jamaican citizens off and just says, well, the government is doing what they believe is best. They have taken advice from professionals, people who have been in the health industry for X amount of time, so I agree with the government in their decision. Who knows? They didn't quote a doctor, they didn't quote anybody from the World Health Organization, they just say advice from a health professional. Even though it is quoted that the Jamaican government is saying live with it, we actually know that translated to die with it, because the coronavirus has established itself to be a very deadly force. Several people has died from it since the outbreak in Wuhan, China. So a part of me is a little disappointed. Well, I'm a lot disappointed, because in comparison to other countries who have evacuated their citizens, I saw on the television that the United States of America has evacuated its citizens, and Canada has also evacuated its citizens. Canada was a bit delayed in evacuating its citizens, but Canada has evacuated its citizens with a Canadian airline and also an assistance from the US government. I also know that the Jamaican people that are living in China does not amount to half or even equate to the Canadian citizens and or the American citizens that was there. There are other countries such as Australia and other countries in Europe which has evacuated its citizens, but the reason why I'm pointing out the United States and Canada is because geographically they are the closest to Jamaica. So our Jamaican people could definitely hitch a flight on those aircraft if the Jamaican government didn't want to go deep in their pockets and actually pay for any full-out charter flight for the Jamaican citizens in Wuhan, China. So the message to our Jamaicans overseas, including myself, even though I'm not in Asia, is that if any crisis hits, I am pretty much on my own. Jamaica, we have a saying that says, dog, eat your supper. Depending on where in Jamaica you're from, you will also say, dog, name your supper. For most of you who don't understand the term, dog, name your supper, that actually means you are on your own. Nobody is coming to help you. Nobody is going to try and help you. Because in this particular situation with the coronavirus, the most the Jamaican government can offer to Jamaicans in Wuhan, China is pretty much hope and a prayer. And that is sad. It is sad that other country is busy bustling around trying to get their citizens out. Keep in mind, I did understand that most, not all, most of the people that were evacuated for the US and Canada and Australia and so on and so forth were actually people who were in politics initially. But let's face it, because I do find that funny. In my opinion, a life is a life, but this coronavirus and the spread of it and the evacuation has made certain things transparent. And one of the things that it has made transparent is the simple fact that when there is a crisis, it all depends on one's position, one's occupation as to which life values first. I thought a life was a life despite what job you have or despite who you are, but it goes to show that money talks, and it goes to show that political power is pretty much what runs the marathon. And when I say that, I don't think I'm being naive. I understand that politics is what makes the world go around. Individual countries are muscled by politics and led by politics, but at the same time, politicians often put themselves in this light or this position to say they're here to represent the people. So if you're here to represent the people, then you're here to defend the people. Therefore, when the coronavirus hits China, you shouldn't only be bailing out political aid, you should be bailing out all of your nationals. So the message that I'm reading from the Jamaican government through the line is pretty much saying that the lives of the Jamaicans that are in Wuhan, China are just not relevant enough. And if they are also referring to people who are representing them politically that's in Wuhan, China, I guess you people in Wuhan, China, you can be replaced, if you know what I mean. And that is very sad. Like I said on my last video, it is clear that black lives rarely matter, that as black people, we rarely get valued anywhere in the world. You know, we are like the crows. We're expected to be the crows of the society, the cleanup crew, you know, and we understand that when it comes to different races that's dealing with us. But when it comes to our own people and we realize that our lives don't matter to our people, it brings a different kind of sadness to light and let us actually wonder who actually cares about us. Should we actually vote? Should we actually support any actual parties of our country, or should we actually take national pride from our country if this is how our country is going to treat us? I can see why the United States of America citizens are proud to be Americans. I can see why British citizens are proud to be British citizens. I can see why other countries' citizens are proud to be their citizens. But when it comes to a situation like this, why should Jamaicans be so proud? What? Because we have Miss Universe? Because we have the fastest man around, because we have Bob Marley and reggae music. Jamaican government needs to be there for us a lot more and let Jamaican people know in time of crisis that somebody's there for them, that somebody's there to represent them. I live in Europe at the moment, and it makes me feel less secure to know that if a crisis hit, my Jamaican government is not saying, yo, we need to get him out of there because he's one of us. It's a shame that in order for Jamaica to put me as a priority, I have to make myself at a level of importance in politics in Jamaica before they even consider me. What I would appreciate is that Jamaican government stop speaking in riddles and announce where they get this recommendation from. Was it overseas, or was it within the Jamaica Labour Party, or was it the cabinet, was it the PNP and the JLP, was it a joint affair to say, let the Jamaicans in Wuhan, China stay, we're not going in our pockets to fly them over, and we're not taking the risk? Or was it really outside forces that Jamaican government are being puppets for, that says those Jamaicans in Wuhan, China are not important enough? Let us know. Don't keep us in the dark, and stop treating us Jamaican citizens as if we're idiots. And even though I'm a fan of the Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness, I must say on this particular occasion, Andrew Holness, I lose off you. You know, as we say in Jamaica, I lose off for you. Meaning, I am not impressed. I thought Andrew Holness would actually show that he cared about the Jamaican people. And even if indeed he doesn't care about the Jamaican people, I believe that Andrew Holness was smart enough to use this as a political opportunity to strengthen his chances of winning the next general election by bailing out our people in Wuhan, China. But there it is. Anyway, people, let me know how you feel about this particular situation. Let me know if you believe that the Jamaican government did the right thing and they should not take the risk of bringing people who is living in China back to Jamaica because they might have the virus that's been dormant. Or do you believe that they should actually evacuate Jamaican citizens for safety measures, and also to show the Jamaican nation that they do care about us, whether we are home or abroad? Let me know. But before I go, let me big up some people.
Big up yourself to the maximum.
First of all, I want to big up Evelyn D. Evelyn, big up yourself. Then I want to big up Joy, Chad Murdoch, Light, Nazdrew.
Big up yourself to the maximum.
Anyway, people, that's all I have to say about that particular situation. Let me know how you feel. As you know, on my channel, don't be afraid to criticize, because on this channel I welcome thumbs up, I welcome thumbs down, I welcome agreement, and I welcome disagreement, because at the end of the day, each one teach one. Until next time, people, peace.